My name is John Odah. I work for the Organization of Trade Unions of West Africa as Executive Secretary. On the issue of peace and security, especially in the West African region, we've had an increase in the activities of extremist religious groups, which have had a tremendous negative impact on our members who work in the rural areas, on teachers, on medical health workers, on nurses and agricultural workers. And as a result of this, it started with Boko Haram in northeastern part of Nigeria in the last decade and also. These have become complicated apart from the extremist group who in the other part of the Sahel had the influx of small arms after the conspiracy that killed Maman Gaddafi. As a result of this, banditry had become a very recurring decimal in a number of the countries around the Sahel. So for us as trade unions, this is a survival issue, because our members are directly affected. Our members are directly being killed, are directly being kidnapped, and are directly having to relocate into IDP camp. That's internal displaced people. Under those circumstances, recall that the OTUWA Africa in its 2015 conference in Dakar had raised the issue of peace and security within the West African sub-region. And because it's something that is expanding and becoming every year more difficult, we have continued to put spotlight on this. And we think that we must, as trade unions, work with other civil society organizations to continue to highlight the issue of peace and security. And the fact that the respective governments in the West African sub-region must deliver in protecting the citizens of both ECOWAS and the 3 states that have now moved out of ECOWAS. This is a fundamental thing that we need to do so that both traditional institutions, religious institutions, as well as the broad civil society, can work in concert with the government and put pressure on the national assemblies to fund organizations that are there to promote peace and security. Like in Nigeria, we have an Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution. I'm not sure that they've been able to do much because of poor funding. We need to emphasize that for the state to be able to expand its tentacles to cover every aspect of the landmass of each of the countries, this must be a collective responsibility of both the citizens as well as people in the armed forces, so that collective security will be maintained, and through this, the military working in concert with the communities to ensure that these extremely bad people do not use the instrumentality of ransom, kidnapping for ransom, which is a new form of criminality in our sub-region, as well as the extremist religion who are trying to put one set of citizens against the other because of the negative way in which they interpret the tenets of the Quran and so on and so forth. So I think these are some of the things that we must, in conclusion, as trade unions, must, one, get to understand the complexity of the issues, and therefore do advocacy in collaboration with other civil society organizations to ensure that the people are well aware about what the issues are and how, working as a collective, they can help to protect the citizens of the West African sub-region.